Welcome back to my James Bond reviews. It's very good to be covering James Bond, but before we start, I do want to say that I have a playlist of James Bond reviews. If you want to go through all my reviews, just go down there and check it out. But now let's talk about The Spy Who Loved Me. So, I'm probably going to get a lot of controversy for this, but when it comes to The Spy Who Loved Me, I'm very conflicted. Now, just to be clear, I do really like this film. And I do think it gets a bit better when you watch it more than once. Yes, I have seen this 2 times. But there's just one thing that I will talk about at the end that I just can't like it as much as I really want to. Let's start off with the theme song. Now, usually I don't talk about Bond theme songs, and there's no particular reason for it, but for The Spy Who Loved Me, I have no choice because this song is spectacular. Nobody Does It Better is the only Bond song, not including No Time to Die by Billie Eilish, over. I feel so many emotions at once whenever I hear this. Carly Simon, you knocked it out of the park. I just want to congratulate you for that. The action is really cool in here. I still think Live and Let Die is the best action of the Roger Moore films so far, but this movie does something different than most Bond movies. It manages to show off the character's strengths and weaknesses. For example, Jaws is coming for James Bond, and then James Bond brings a magnet over, and his metal teeth get stuck to it. That's kind of stuff is just very clever to explore in a James Bond movie, and it's pretty unexpected. Now let's talk about the Bond women. The Bond women are alright. Compared to the other films, they're not as good. And don't get me wrong, they're not pointless to the point of annoyance like some of the previous James Bond movies. But they don't move the plot as forward as smoothly as the other ones did. The Bond women are kind of like a bumpy road to eventually get to the destination. But the only one I do like is Anya. Now, even though I don't like this movie as much as I want to, it would be very dumb of me not to acknowledge how incredible the romance in here is. It's just fantastic. The first 2 or 3 Bond women aren't strong again, but when it gets to Bond and Anya's relationship, it's magnificent. It is just so fun and just so engaging that when Anya was captured, I was actually kind of worried. So overall, the romance is the best part of this movie. Now, the only reason I can't enjoy this film as much as I want to is just because it's not engaging. Now, I know I just said the romance is super engaging, which it still is, but that's the only part of it that I really care about. Everything else happening in the movie, you can look at it and be like, oh, that's cool. But I don't care about anything else happening on screen. And if the movie can invest me in all that stuff and not just the romance, this movie probably would have been one of the best James Bond movie. I would have probably called this movie one of the best James Bond movies. But they focus on the romance so much, they forget to invest you in the other aspects of the film. So therefore, I just cannot enjoy this film as much. But overall, The Spy Who Loved Me is a fine James Bond movie. It's definitely not one of my favorites. It's lower on the ranking. But if you just want to relax and watch a Bond film for 2 hours, I feel like this is the go-to Bond film. But even though I don't like this as much as Live and Let Die and The Man with the Golden Gun, I'm still going to give it the same grade, and that is a 7 out of 10. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back soon with more reviews, so stay tuned for those. You can check out my other channels in the description. Once again, still working on Letterboxd, but I'll update you guys when I get that fixed, so just stay tuned for that. Anyway, go check out the links if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. It's electric. I'm lost in your eyes.